Bandeham Shri Guru Shri Yatha Parakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavam Sya Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raganatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Sabadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Paran Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishkam Vitam Sya Om Jnana Timarandasya Gyanajana Shalakaya Shakshuram Yena Tasma Shri Gurave Namah Gaurva Bhishtam Supuragam Guraganara Sisha Sambhushitam Chintya Chintya Samasta Vedanipanam Shri Rupa Patanagam Govindam Vidam Ujwalam Varatanum Bhaktyan Vidam Sundaram Mande Vishwagurun Shah Divyat Bhagavat Premna Vibija Pranam Devam Divyatanum Suchandavaranam Balarka Shelanchitam Sandrananda Puram Sadeka Varanam Vairagya Vidyam Buddhim Sri Siddhanta Nidhim Subhakti Lasitam Saraswatanam Baram Bandetam Shubharam Madeka Sharanam Nyashishvara Sridharam Vanshakopatarubyasya Kripasindubhyevacha Patitanam Pavanibhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Namo Mahamaranyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namane Gauratavishe Namah. So we're reading from the Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita by Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, with translation and commentary by Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. This is Madhya-lila, chapter 16, the Lord's attempt to go to Vrindaban. Prabhu lage dharma karma chade bhaktagan bhakta dharma hane prabhur na hoy sahan. All the devotees would abandon all kinds of duties for Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's sake, yet the Lord did not like the devotees giving up their promised duties. This is also in reference to Gadadhar Pandit, who wanted to travel with Mahaprabhu. He wanted to give up his service in Tota Gopinath and his vow of Chetra Sannyas to stay in Jagannath Puri, but Mahaprabhu wouldn't let him and sent him back. He wanted to go with Mahaprabhu. Premara vivarta iha shune jejan achire miliye tare Chaitanya charan. All these are the misgivings of loving affairs. Premara vivarta. All these are the misgivings of loving affairs. Whoever listens to these incidents gets the shelter of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's lotus feet very soon. Dui Raja Patra Jai Prabhu Sangijai Jajapurasi Prabhu Tari Dilena Vidai. When Mahaprabhu and his party arrived at Yajapur, the Lord asked the two government officers who had come with him to return. Prabhu Vidai Dila Raya Jai Tarasane Krishna Kata Ramananda Sane Ratri Dine. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu bade farewell to the officers, and Rai Ramananda continued on with the Lord. The Lord talked to Ramananda Ray about Sri Krishna day and night. Pratigrame Raja Agyai Raja Brityagan Navyagrihe Nanadravye Koraye Sevan. In each and every village, in compliance with the king's order, government officers constructed new houses and filled each of them with stocks of grains. Thus they served the Lord. Emata Chali Prabhu Remuna Aila Tata Hoite Ramananda Rai Vidai Dila. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu finally arrived at Remuna, where he bade farewell to Sri Ramananda Ray. Bhumete Padila Rai Nahika Chaitan Raye Kole Kore Prabhu Koraye Krandan. When Mahaprabhu fell to the ground and lost consciousness, Mahaprabhu held him in his arms and began to cry. Rayara Vidaya Baba Najai Sahan Kahitena Pariye Tahara Varnan. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's feelings of separation from Ramananda Ray are very difficult to describe. Indeed, it is almost intolerable to do so, and therefore I cannot describe them further. Dabi Odradesha Sima Prabhu Chaliaila, Tata Raja Adhikare Prabhu Milila. When Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu finally arrived at the border of the state of Orissa, a government officer came there to meet him. Dina duicharite ho korila sevan, age chalibare se kohe vivaran. For 2 to 4 days, the government officer served the Lord. He also gave the Lord detailed information of what was ahead. Madhyapa Javana Rajar Age Adhikar Tarabaye Bhate Keho Nare Chalibar. He informed the Lord that the territory ahead was ruled by a Muslim governor who was a drunkard. Out of fear of this king, no one could walk the road freely. Pichalara Parjanta Sab Tara Adhikar Tarabaye Narikeho Hoite Narepar. The jurisdiction of the Muslim government extended up to Pichalara. Due to fear of the Muslims, no one would cross the river. Dinakata Raha Sandi Kore Tarasane Tabe Suke Nokate Karaiba Gamane. Maharaj Prataparudra's government officer further informed Mahaprabhu that he should stay at the Orissa border for some days so that a peaceful agreement could be negotiated with the Muslim governor. In that way, the Lord would be able to cross the river peacefully in a boat. Sekale se javanera ek anuchar uriya katake aila kore vishantar. At that time, a follower of the Muslim governor arrived at the Orissa encampment dressed in disguise. Prabhu se adabhuta charitra dekiya Hinduchar kohese javana pashagiya ek sanyasi aila jagannath hoite aneka siddhapurush hoitahara sahite. The Muslim spy saw the wonderful characteristics of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and when he returned to the Muslim governor, he told him a mendicant or a sannyasi has come from Jagannath Puri with many liberated persons. Nirantara Kori Sab Krishna Sankirtan Sabihase Nachigai Koraye Krandan. All these saintly people incessantly chant the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, and they all laugh, dance, chant, and cry. Laka Laka Lok Aishe Taha Deki Bare Tari Deki Punarapi Jaite Narigare. Many millions upon millions of people come to see him, and after they see him, they cannot return home. Say Sab Lok Hoi Bolera Prai Krishna Kahe Nachikande Gadagadi Jai. All these people become like madmen. All these people become like madmen. They simply chant the holy name of Krishna and dance. Sometimes they even cry and roll on the ground. Kahibara Kata Nahid Dekile Sejani Tahara Prabhavatare Ishwara Korimani. Actually, these things cannot even be described. One can understand him only by seeing. Considering his influence, I accept him as the Lord himself. Etako hese chora kori Krishna gai hase kande nachigai bolera prai. After saying this, the messenger began to chant the holy names of Hari and Krishna. He also began to laugh and cry, dance and sing exactly like a madman. Etashuni Javanera Manafirigela Apana Vishwasa Udiya Stani Pataila. When the Muslim governor heard this, his mind changed. He then sent his secretary to the representative of the Orissan government. Vishwasa Siya Prabhu Charana Bandila Krishna Krishna Kahe Preme Vivala Hoila. The Muslim secretary came to see Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. When he offered his respects to the Lord's lotus feet and uttered the holy name of the Lord, Krishna Krishna, he also was overwhelmed with ecstatic love. Darya Hoya Udi Jake Kohe Namaskori Tomastane Pataila Malecha Adhikari. After calming down, the Muslim secretary offered his respects and informed the representative of the Orissa government, the Muslim governor has sent me here. Tumi jadi agya deho. The Muslim governor has sent me here. Tumi jadi agya deho. Etake Asiya Javana Adhikarijai Prabhu Ke Miliya. If you agree, the Muslim governor will come here to meet Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and then return. Bahuta Utkantatara Goryache Vinoy Tomasani E Sandi Nahi Judaboy. The Muslim governor is very eager and he has submitted this petition with great respect. It is a proposal for peace. You need not fear that we will fight. Shunima Patrako He Haya Vishmoy Madhyapa Javanera Chita Aichise Karai. Upon hearing this proposal, the representative of the Orissan government, the Mahapatra, was very much astonished. He thought, the Muslim governor is a drunkard who has changed his mind. Apane Mahaprabhu Taram Manafiraila Darshana Smarane Jara Jagatarila. It must be Mahaprabhu himself who has changed the Muslim's mind. Due to his presence and even due to his remembrance, the whole world is liberated. Etabole Vishvasere Kohilavajan Bhagyatara Ashikaru Prabhudarashan. After thinking this, the Mahapatra immediately informed the Muslim secretary, It is a great fortune for your governor. Let him come visit Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Pralita Koraye Jari Nirastrahaya Ashibeka Panchashata Britjas Sangiloya. However, let me make it understood that he should come here without weapons. He may bring with him 5 to 7 servants. Vishwas Janiya Tahare Sakala Kohila Hindu Vesh Dorise Javana Aila. The secretary returned to the Muslim governor and informed him of the news. Dressing himself like a Hindu, the Muslim governor then came to see Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Dura hoite Prabhu deki bhumete pariya dandavat kori ashu pulakita hoya. Upon seeing Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu from a distant place, the Muslim governor fell to the ground and offered obeisances. Tears came to his eyes, and he was jubilant with ecstatic emotions. Mahapatra anilatare korea saman jodahate prabhuage loya krishnanam. Arriving in that way, the Muslim governor was respectfully brought before Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu by the Mahapatra. The governor then stood before the Lord with folded hands, and he chanted the holy name of Krishna. Arama Javana Kule Kena Janma Hoila Birimore Hindu Kule Hinana Janmala. The governor then submissively asked, why was I born in a Muslim family? This is considered a low birth. Why didn't Supreme Providence grant me a birth in a Hindu family? Hindu Hoile Paitama Tomar Charana Sanidan Vyarta Mora Edeho Joka Paran. If I had taken birth in a Hindu family, it would have been easy for me to remain near your lotus feet. Since my body is now useless, let me die immediately. Eta Shuni Mahapatra Avishtahoya Prabhuke Korena Stuti Charane Doriya. Upon hearing the governor's submissive statement, the Mahapatra was overwhelmed with joy. He clasped the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and began to offer the following prayers. Chandala Pavitra Jara Shri Namashravane Hina Tomar E Jiva Pailadarshane. Simply by hearing your holy name, a Chandala, the lowest of men, can be purified. Now this conditioned soul has received your personal darshan, your personal interview. Iharaje e gati ite ki vishmoy tomara darshana prabhav e mata hoy. It is no wonder that this Muslim governor has attained such results simply by seeing you. All this is possible. Janamadaya Shravananu Kirtanad Yat Pravanad Yat Smaranad Apikvachit Svaropi Sadya Savanaya Kalpate Kutapunaste Bhagavan Nudarshanat Yanamadaya Shravananu Kirtanad Yat Prabhavad Yat Pravanad, Yat Smaranad, Api Kvachit, Swaropi Sadya, Savanaya Kalpate, Kutaspunas, Te Bhagavan Nudarshanat, to say nothing of the spiritual advancement of persons who see the Supreme Person face to face. Even a person born in a family of dog-eaters becomes immediately eligible to perform Vedic sacrifices if he once utters the holy name of the Supreme Personality of Godhead or chants about him, hears about his pastimes, offers him obeisances, or even remembers him. Tabi Mahaprabhu Tari Kripa Drishti Kori Ashvasiya Kohetumi Kaha Krishna Hari. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu then glanced with mercy at the Muslim governor. Giving him assurance, he asked him to chant the holy names Krishna and Hari. Seko hemore jadi koila angikar ek agyadeho seva kore jay tomar. The Muslim governor then said, "Since you have so kindly accepted me, please give me some order so that I can render you some service." Go Brahmana Vaishnave Himsak Koryachi Apar Se Pap Hoitemor Hauk Nistar. The Muslim governor then prayed for liberation from the unlimited sinful reactions he had previously incurred by being envious of Brahmins and Vaishnavas and killing cows. Tabe Mukunda Datta Kohe Shunamahashai Gangatira Jaite Mahaprabhu Manahoy. Mukunda Datta then told the Muslim governor, "My dear sir, please hear. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wishes to go to the bank of the Ganges. Tahan Jaite Koratumi Saha Prakar Eboragye Bora Upakar. Please give him all assurances that he can go there. This is your first great order, and if you can comply, you will render a great service." Tabise Mahaprabhu Charana Bandiya Sabar Charana Bandi Chale Rishtahaya. After this, the Muslim governor offered prayers to the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and to the lotus feet of all his devotees. Then the governor departed. Indeed, he was very pleased. Mahapatra Tara Sane Koila Kolakuli Anekas Samagridiya Korila Mitali. Before the governor left, the Mahapatra embraced him and offered him many gifts. He thus established a friendship with him. Pratakali se bahunok sajana prabhuke anite dila vishvasa pataya. The next morning, the governor sent his secretary with many nicely decorated boats to bring Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to the other side of the river. Mahapatra Chali Aila Mahaprabhur Sane Mulecha Adi Koila Prabhura Charana Bandane. The Mahapatra crossed the river with Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and when they reached the other shore, the Muslim governor personally received the Lord and worshipped his lotus feet. Ek Navina Nauk Taramadjigar Swagane Chadaila Prabhu Tahara Upar. One of the boats had been newly constructed and it had a room in the middle. It was on this boat that they put Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his associates. Mahapatre Mahaprabhu Korela Vidai Kandite Kandite Se Tire Rahijai. Finally, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu bade farewell to the Mahapatra. Standing on the riverbank and looking at the boat, the Mahapatra began to cry. Jala Dashu Baye Se Javana Chalila Dashanok Bori Bahu Sainya Sange Nila. The Muslim governor then personally accompanied Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Because of pirates, the governor took 10 boats full of many soldiers. Mantreshwara Dushtapara Para Karaila Pichalda Parjanta Jay Javana Aila. The Muslim governor accompanied Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu past Mantreshwar. This place was very dangerous due to pirates. He took the Lord to a place called Pichalda, which was near Mantreshwar. Tari Vidai Dila Prabhu Se Grama Hoite Se Kale Tara Prema Cheshtana Pari Varnite. Finally, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu bade the governor farewell. The intense ecstatic love exhibited by the governor cannot be described. Alokika Lila Kore Sri Krishna Chaitanya Jai Iha Shunetara Janmad Dehodanya. Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's pastimes are all in common. Whoever listens to his activities becomes glorious and his life becomes perfect. Enok Chari Prabhu Aila Panihati Navikare Paraila Nija Kripa Sati. The Lord finally reached Panihati, and as an act of mercy, he gave the captain of the boat one of his personal garments. Prabhu Aila Boli Loke Hoila Kolahao Manusha Barila Sab Kiba Jalastao. Prabhu Aila Boli Loke Hoila Kolahao Manusha Barila Sab Kiba Jalastao. The place called Panihati was located on the bank of the Ganges. After hearing that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had arrived, all kinds of men assembled both on land and on the water. Raghava Panditashi Prabhu Loya Gela Pati Jaite Lokbire Kaste Shishti Aila. At length, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was taken away by Raghava Pandit. There was a great crowd assembled along the way, and the Lord reached Raghava Pandit's residence with great difficulty. Ekdin Prabhu Tata Korea Nivas Prate Kumarahate Aila Jahan Srinivas. The Lord stayed at Raghava Pandit's house for only one day. The next morning he went to Kumarahata, where Srivas Thakur lived. The present name of Kumarahata is Halishara. After Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu accepted sannyas, Srivas Thakur left Navadip due to separation from him and went to Halishara to live. So he visited where Srivas Thakur. Tahan Hoite Agegela Shivanandagar Basudeva Grihe Pache Aila Ishwar. From the house of Srivas Thakur, the Lord went to the house of Shivananda Sen and to the house of Vasudeva Datta. Vachaspati Griha Prabhu Jemate Rohila Lokapita Baye Jaiche Kulia Aila. The Lord remained sometime at the house of Vidya Vachaspati, but then, because it was too crowded, he went to Kaliya. Vachaspati Grihe Prabhu Jemate Rohila Lokabida Baye Jaiche Koliya Aila. The Lord remained sometime at the house of Vidya Vachaspati, but then, because it was too crowded, he went to Koliya. Madhavadas Grihe Tata Sachiranandan Lakakoti Lok Tata Pailadarshan. When the Lord stayed at the house of Madhavadas, many hundreds of thousands of people came to see him. So Koliya is where the Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Mud is. There is in Koliya. So when the Lord stayed at the house of Madhavadas, many hundreds of thousands of people came to see him. Shatadina Rahitata Loka Nishtarila Sabaparadi Gane Prakaretarila. The Lord stayed there for 7 days and delivered all kinds of offenders and sinners. That's why that place there, where the Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Mud is called Aparad Bhanjan Pad. The Lord forgave many, many offensive persons and sinners there. Shantipura Charya Grihe Aiche Aila Sachimata Militara Dukkha Kandaila. After leaving Koliya, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu visited the house of Advaitacharya at Shantipur. It was there that the Lord's mother, Sachimata, met him and was thus relieved of her great unhappiness. Tabe Ramakeli Grame Prabhu Jaiche Gela Natashala Hoite Prabhu Puna Firayala. The Lord then visited the village known as Ramakeli and the place known as Kanai Natashala. From there he returned to Shantipur. So actually the Lord was going to Ramakeli. It's the seat of the Muslim government. Why would he want to go there? Well, obviously it was to meet with Rupa and Sanatan, who were working in the Muslim government, and they stayed at the king's place in Ramakeli. From there, after giving his mercy to Rupa Sanatan, Mahaprabhu went to Kanai Natashala, but he was encumbered by so many persons traveling with him, and he decided to return to Jagannath Puri via Shantipur. Shantipure Puna Koila Dasha Dina Bas Vistari Varni Jachin Vrindavana Das. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu stayed in Shantipur for 10 days. This has been described very elaborately by Vrindaban Das Thakur, all of this. Ateva ihantara na koilun bistar punarukte hoy granta badaye apar. I will not narrate these incidents because they have already been described by Vrindaban Das Thakur. There is no need to repeat the same information, for such repetition would unlimitedly increase the size of this book. Taramadye milila jaiche rupa sanatan nishingananda koila jaiche patera sajan. Those narrations tell how Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu met the brothers Rupa and Sanatan, and how Nishingananda decorated the road. I have already described these in an earlier synopsis of this book, therefore I will not repeat the narrations here. So I'm going to stop at this point, and tomorrow I will continue with this very nice chapter of Chaitanya Charitamrita. This is the Lord's attempt to go to Vrindaban. Hare Hare Nama Krishna Jaravaya Nama Jaravaya Maravaya Keshavaya Nama Gopal Govinda Ram Shri Madhusudan Giridhari Gopinatha Maranaman Sri Chaitanya Nityananda Sri Advaita Chandra Gadadhar Shiva Sadi Gora Bhakta Vrinda Jai Rupa Sanatan Bhattacharya Sri Jiva Gopala Bhatta Rasa Raghunath Echai Gosai Kori Chanana Bandhan Jao Ite Vignana Shabishta Puran Echai Gosai Charmui Taranas Tasavar Padarenu Mora Panchagas Pader Charana Sevi Bhakta Sanibas Janame Janame More Abhilash Echai Gosai Jabe Bhaje Koilabas Hare Krishna Nitya-lila Korila Prakash Anande Bolo Hari Bhaja Vrindaban Shri Guru Vaishnava Pade Manjai Aman Shri Guru Vaishnava Pad Padma Koriyash Harinam Sankirtana Kohe Naratamuda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Nitai Gora Haribo 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 Nitai Gora Haribo 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 Jai Sapadikara Shishi Guru Guranga Gandharvika Giridhari Ju Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahansa Parabhajaka Charyasta Tara Sarashi Shimad Srila Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahansa Parabhajaka Charya Ashta Tara Sarashi Shimad Srila Bhakti Rakak Sridhar Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Bhagavan Srila Bhakti Sunanta Saraswati Goswami Thakur Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Srila Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Srila Satchidananda Bhakti Vinod Thakur Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Vaishnava Sarvabhauma Srila Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj Ki Jai. Rupanuga Guru Bharga Ki Jai. Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai. Shri Rupa Sanatana Bhatta Raghunath Shri Jiva Gopal Bhatta Dasha Raghunath Shad Goswami Prabhu Ki Jai. Prem Sigo Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasudeva Shri Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami Prabhu Ki Jai. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Ki Jai. Srila Vrindaban Das Thakur Ki Jai. Sri Chaitanya Bhagavad Ki Jai. Narottam Srinivas Shamananda Prabhu Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Vishvavarenya Srila Bhakti Vedanta Swami Maharaj Prabhupada Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Srila Bhakti Nirmala Acharya Maharaj Ki Jai. Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Mat Acharya Vrinda Ki Jai. Anantakoti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Jai. Sri Navadip Dham Ki Jai. Sri Ram Mayapur Ki Jai. Saparshada Sri Nityananda Prabhu Ki Jai. Saparshada Shriman Mahaprabhu Ki Jai. Sri Kuladvip Ki Jai. Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Mat Ki Jai. Soquel Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Seva Ashram Ki Jai. Ganga Devi Ki Jai. Tulasi Maharani Ki Jai. Bhakti Devi Ki Jai. Sri Vrindaban Dham Ki Jai. Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopi Govardhan Shyam Guna Radha Kunda Kalindi Yamuna Jul Ki Jai. Samaveda Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. Shri Harinam Sankirtan Ki Jai. Shri Kartik Vrata Ki Jai. Shri Damodar Vrata Ki Jai. Shri Nima Seva Ki Jai. Shri Urja Vrata Ki Jai. Srila Vasudeva Ghosh Thakur Tirubab Mahotsav Ki Jai. All the assembled devotees Ki Jai. Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol.